welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Meg, and today I'm going to show you how to get some Instagram Galaxy makeup. I know you guys are probably like, enough of the Instagram makeup, enough of the Galaxy stuff, but I have a reason for it. So today I just really wanted to break my video into two parts because you may notice I look a little bit undone. I just have highlight on, I don't have contour on, I don't have bronzer on, I don't have blush on. So there is a reason for that. I'm going to be making this into a Halloween look. So if you don't want to miss out on how I'm going to finish this video off, I kind of have like a galaxy inspired skull in mind. Be sure to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next video. This will be the next video out. And yeah, I just wanted to break it into two separate videos because this eye look deserves its own moment. So if you would like to learn how I did this, give this video a thumbs up and let's roll into it. Let's zoom you in. So I already have my base down, which is looking fantastic. I just set down a concealer for a base. I didn't set it because I want it to be tacky because we're going to be using bright and pretty colors and I want them to really stand out. And when I do my eyes before my face, I just like to, you know, clean up my brows, cut the brows, as one may say. So instead of wasting product to fill them in, I just like to outline them to get an idea of what they're going to look like, what the shape is going to look like, where they're sitting, because let's face it, when we do our eyes first and then the rest of the base, you may accidentally cover your brows up with foundation, with powders. So instead of wasting more brow product to reapply, I just simply outline mine. Now you know why I look so pretty. Alright, so today I am going to be doing a two-part video, which you may have gathered from my intro, but I just want to show you guys how to get this colorful galaxy, I guess you could say, Instagram looking makeup. So I'm going to be pulling a lot of Urban Decay shadows today, some from my BH palette, but I'm going to first start off with the Daydream palette here, and I'm taking this really dark purple called Dye. It almost looks blue on camera, but I promise it's pretty purple looking. I also have my dry brush cleaner on standby to clean after each application. So I'm just going to start with my Morphe M433 and I'm going to look down so I can really press this into my socket. You want to use your eye shape to your advantage and work with it. It makes everything so much easier. So I'm just kind of holding the brush near the end and I'm going to start stamping. And as you can see, it's literally going right into the socket. So I want to stop there and then just work on building this product up. I just want this to go about halfway-ish into the crease. And I'm going to drag this out a little bit more than I would because I'd rather drag it out too much than not enough. You can always clean up with a makeup wipe, concealer, what have you, when we're done with the look. That's why I love doing my eyes first. So that is a pretty good base. Now I'm going to go in with this Morphe G24. It's a little bit more flimsy, a little bit of a lighter blending brush, I guess you could say. And I'm going to, do I want to use a blue to blend? I think I am. I'm going to take this blue right here from the BH Cosmetics palette to blend that out. If you don't have a bunch of Urban Decay shadows lying around or whatever, what have you, and you want to dabble into colorful makeup but like not commit with expensive shadows, I highly recommend BH Cosmetics. This palette that I'm dipping into is a Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and it's less than $20, and you can get it from Ulta or BH Cosmetics, of course. So I'm just kind of using this to finesse the edges as like a blending shadow, transition shadow, if you will. So for this guy, I'm gonna finesse him just a hair over into this territory. I don't want to bring it too far in, but I definitely want the edge of this to be further in than what is closer to the lid, if that makes sense. course, when I'm ready to talk, there's a train going by, so ignore that. Now I'm gonna dig deep into my collection. This is a 15th anniversary palette by Urban Decay. It's very old, probably, most likely, definitely very expired, so I cannot say I recommend using this. However, I'm gonna risk my eyeballs today, and I'm gonna use Junk Show, and then to blend Junk Show, I'm gonna go into Tainted. You can see Tainted is like a really light pink in the pan, and it kind of has like a slight purple shift to it, so it's gonna tie into everything. So I just cleaned off that brush, and I'm just going to work on packing this on, and I'm gonna leave the inner corner pretty empty. As empty as I can, so right about here is as far as I'm going to bring the shadow in. And I'm just going to do the same thing and just work on packing this in. Again, here with Tainted, I'm just kind of using the natural shape of my socket to determine how far I want to bring this down and the shape I want it to have. And then I'm just kind of blending that all together, so you can just see how there's just such a pretty subtle start, and then it just booms into the darkness of the purple. And then just going back into Junk Show because it just got a wee bit lost. To add a little bit more depth, I'm going to take Evidence from this palette, and it's like a nice navy blue color. And I'm just going to use this same G24 brush to apply that, and I'm really going to get into right on the edge of where my lid meets my crease. And I'm just bringing this about halfway in. I really like to intensify my brow bone highlight, so I'm going to go in with my Ofra Cosmetics highlight in the shade Glazed Donut, and I love packing this on with the Morphe E36. It is like the perfect brush for your brow bone, your inner corner, your lower lash line. It's one of those multi-purpose, just does everything kind of brushes, and I love putting the most product right here under the arch of my brow. You can just see how that just transforms the look, and that's what I love about this, is that these looks can look a bit much or a bit undone until it starts to all come together, and to me, like, this just adds that magical turning factor. Oh, I love it. Don't worry, we'll be using this again later. And to cut the crease, I'm just using my Shape Tape Concealer. I would love to try out the P. Louise base. I just don't want to pay extra for shipping from a different country, because I'm that bitch. So now I am just going to cut my crease. So I'm just going to be using this concealer brush from Sephora. I'm going to walk you through it because it's easier to talk while I'm not doing it. So my secret to a cut crease is that a little bit of product at a time, and you just want to lay, again, figure out where your socket is and just do a full swoop all the way back. If you go in little strokes, it can get a bit messy, but to get that really smooth initial line, you just want to continue it all the way across. All right, crease is cut. So I'm going to hop back into the hot pink because, as you can see, it got a little bit lost up in the crease area. So I'm gonna plop this right on the center of my lid and work my way up. And I have yet to set this, so this base is still wet, it is still tacky. It is going to bring all the pigment. Work her towards the outer edge. Like so. Now I'm just going to take a matte white color. So for me, this is from the Morphe 12P. Any matte white you have will work just dandy for this. And I'm going to take a different clean brush and pack this on. So this guy is a little bit tapered, and he should work just fine for packing color onto the inner corner. And with the tacky base, it is just best to just stamp color on and just let the shadow adhere to the concealer. If you have like a white liquid liner or anything like that, or like a white base, a white cream base, I should say, you can use that instead of the concealer. Alright, so now that we have the white packed on, it is time to blend that into the pink. So I'm just gonna take the extra off of here and just start to do a light back and forth with this brush first. And if you feel like you got some white into your crease, you can always just clean that up with a clean blending brush and just go in here and knock out any matte white fallout you may have had. And then now I'm gonna go back in, make sure this brush doesn't really have much product on there, and just start to blend back and forth until you're happy with the transition from white to pink. Alright, so now that we have that blended nicely, I'm gonna go back into my purple color with the same brush and just work on kneading this little area together. So I'm just kind of following a C motion here to help blend the pink into the crease colors. And I didn't clean my brush off, so I still have the pink on there, and I'm just kind of like letting the pink and purple mix together and do their own thing. Alright, so now I'm gonna try to start the lower lash line so I can have an idea of where things are gonna lay down. So I'm just gonna take my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and for this, all I do is I just take a little bit. Like literally, you don't need much. It's just to help give a little bit of a tacky base for the shadow to again stick to. And I like to take a fluffy brush. So this is a Real Techniques base shadow brush. I always use this to blend out my concealer. And then you can just fluff him out. And then just be careful when you get to here because I'm not sure what exactly I want to erase yet. Alrighty, for the lower lash line, I'm using a new color, Deepen. This is again one of my favorite colors of all times. As you can see, it's like a beautiful teal sea foam color. So I'm just taking that E36 that we used before, and I'm going to go in and kind of buff out the concealer out of my wrinkles a little bit. And then I'm just going to start packing this on. And again, because we're going to be doing our face makeup later, you can blend this down. If you blend it down a little bit too much, you can always fix it. So for now, I'm just going to lay this color down. I really wish I had like the matching pencil. I'm gonna leave the inner corner empty for now. So to finish the eyes off, I just want to add a little bit extraness. This is kind of where I get myself into trouble here because I don't know where to stop. By the way, I just added my Ardell Wispy lashes. So here I'm going to take the Stila Magnificent Metal, what is this called? Magnificent Metal Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. This is in Diamond Dust. And I am just taking the topper from the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Shadows. And I am going to use this to get a really thin line of this glitter. So I'm going to carefully take this right above where we cut the crease. Right up like that. I think that looks really pretty. Just like that. And I'm so happy with how that turned out. Now what I'm going to do is go back with the applicator that actually comes with the product. I'm going to scrape most of the product off of the applicator. And I'm just going to add this right into the very inner corner to help transform the look into something a little bit more glam. This is going to wrap it up for today's video. I am obsessed with how this turned out. Looks like this do take time, but in my mind, it is well worth it because it is fun to just sit down and relax. Makeup for me is a great way to help reduce my anxiety. So if you have issues with that or you just want to do something to take your mind off, sit down and play with some makeup. Like my mind just goes blank. I turn on my iPad, I watch some YouTube, I watch some Netflix. It is a good time for me. So yeah, if you'd like to see how I'm gonna finish this look up and tie it into a Halloween look, smash the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next video. I know you wanna come back and see what I'm gonna do, okay? So you might as well just subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Leave me any requests that you have in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check out my other social media handles. It is also listed down below. And check out my other videos, guys. I have so many videos. I have a lot of makeup related videos, but I've been starting to show more lifestyle things, so more reason to subscribe. Check these guys out, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.